A 71-year-old woman quietly passed away, doing what many of us do every day. She made just one mistake she didn't even know was dangerous. Her family says she was healthy, full of life, and had no major issues. But what they didn't know was how a few small, everyday habits, things she did just after waking up, were quietly working against her. Now, I know that sounds shocking and maybe even a little scary, but if you're over 70 or even over 60, it's something you really need to hear. Because mornings set the tone for the rest of your day. And when your body isn't as strong or quick to bounce back as it used to be, the smallest mistake can have bigger consequences than most people realize. Have you ever felt dizzy when standing up too fast? Or maybe you skip breakfast thinking it's no big deal. You might even take your morning pills before you've had a bite to eat, just to get them out of the way. These may seem harmless, but they're some of the most common and dangerous morning mistakes people over 70 make. But here's the good news. They're all fixable, and fixing them could literally add years to your life, or at the very least, make your days feel steadier, safer, and a lot more enjoyable. In this video, we're going to talk about 4 key morning habits that may be doing more harm than good, and I'll walk you through simple, gentle changes you can make to protect your body, boost your energy, and feel more confident throughout your day. Let's start with one of the biggest and surprisingly common mistakes: getting out of bed too quickly. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal? I've been getting out of bed for decades. But here's the thing. After 70, your blood pressure doesn't regulate as fast as it used to. That means if you sit up or stand too fast, your blood rushes downward, your brain gets less oxygen for a few seconds, and you suddenly feel dizzy, wobbly, or even black out completely. This condition is called orthostatic hypotension, and it's responsible for countless falls in people over 70. And those falls? They're not just bumps and bruises. A broken hip can take months to heal, and sadly, it often leads to more serious complications that many people don't recover from. So what should you do instead? It's simple, but powerful. When you wake up, don't jump out of bed. Give yourself a few minutes. Wiggle your toes. Stretch your fingers. Take a few deep breaths. Then slowly sit up and dangle your legs over the side. Wait about 30 seconds before standing. Use this time to notice how you're feeling. If you feel even slightly off balance, sit a bit longer. You deserve to start your day steady, not shaky. Give your body the few extra moments it needs to catch up. Now, another big mistake people over 70 often make in the morning is skipping water. You may not feel thirsty right when you wake up, but your body has just gone 7 or 8 hours without a drop of fluid. That's a long time, and mild dehydration, especially first thing in the morning, can make your muscles stiff, your joints ache, and your brain feel foggy. Even more concerning, dehydration can also cause your blood pressure to drop even lower. So if you're already standing up a bit too fast and your body's low on water, that's a dangerous combination. And here's something else that might surprise you. As we age, our thirst signal weakens. That means by the time you feel thirsty, you may already be dehydrated. So it's really important to make water a habit, not just a reaction. One of the best things you can do for your body after waking is to sip a glass of water before coffee, before tea, even before breakfast. If cold water isn't appealing first thing, try warm water with a slice of lemon. It's gentle on the stomach and helps wake up your digestive system. Think of it as oiling your engine before you start driving. Your muscles, joints, and brain all work better when they're properly hydrated. Let's talk about one more habit that often gets overlooked: taking medications on an empty stomach. I know, it's tempting to get those pills out of the way early, especially if you got a routine. But many medications, especially blood pressure pills, pain relievers, or anything for your heart, can be rough on your stomach lining if you haven't eaten. Over time, this can lead to ulcers, nausea, or even fainting spells, depending on the medication and your body's response. What's more, some pills are actually absorbed better when taken with food. So by skipping a light breakfast, you may not be getting the full benefit of the medication you depend on. Now, I'm not saying you need a big meal right away, but something small, like half a banana, a slice of toast, or a few spoonfuls of yogurt, can make a big difference. Not only does it cushion your stomach, but it also gives your body the fuel it needs to start the day with more energy. And here's something I tell everyone I work with. Medications aren't magic. They only work well if they're taken the right way. So taking a moment to pair them with even a little food can go a long way in keeping your stomach and your system running smoothly. These may sound like small shifts, but when you put them into practice, they add up. Now that we've looked at how getting out of bed too quickly, skipping water, and taking meds on an empty stomach can affect your body after 70. Let's keep going because there's another morning habit that seems harmless but could actually be weakening your body day by day, and that's skipping breakfast altogether. Now, I know some folks say they're just not hungry in the morning. Others figure, I'm not doing much today anyway, so I don't need to eat. But here's the truth. Your body, especially after 70, needs steady fuel to maintain muscle, support brain health, and keep your metabolism moving. And breakfast is the first opportunity you have each day to give it that fuel. Skipping breakfast can lead to low blood sugar, fatigue, and even mood swings. You might start your day fine, but by mid-morning you're dragging, feeling dizzy, or snapping at your spouse without knowing why. And for many seniors, that's a signal their blood sugar has dipped too low, which can actually increase the risk of falls or confusion, especially if you're taking medication for diabetes or high blood pressure. Even more importantly, going too long without food can cause your body to break down muscle for energy. And muscle loss after 70 is already a major issue. It's one of the main reasons people lose strength, balance, and independence. So if you're not eating in the morning, your body starts working against itself. But don't worry, you don't need a huge meal. What matters is consistency. A protein-rich breakfast, even a small one, helps your body maintain strength and keeps your energy steady. Think about a hard-boiled egg with a slice of whole grain toast, or a little oatmeal with chopped nuts, a dollop of peanut butter on a banana. Something light but nourishing. And if you like your coffee first, go ahead, but pair it with something your body can actually use. Coffee alone can raise your cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone, especially on an empty stomach. That jittery, anxious feeling some people get, that's your body asking for real food. Eating in the morning isn't just about tradition. It's about protecting your body and giving it a fighting chance to thrive throughout the day. Now, there's one more habit we need to talk about, and this one isn't just physical, it's emotional too. It's the habit of starting your morning in silence and isolation. For some, this happens by accident. The kids are grown, the house is quiet, and there's no rush to get out the door. You turn on the news, maybe glance out the window, maybe stay in your robe for a few hours. On the surface, that sounds peaceful, doesn't it? But for many people over 70, that kind of quiet can slowly turn into loneliness. And loneliness doesn't always show up as sadness. It can show up as forgetfulness, fatigue, or just feeling off. Studies have shown that loneliness and isolation in older adults are linked to everything from heart disease to dementia. It's that serious. Now, I'm not saying you need a full social calendar the moment you wake up, but think about how you start your day. Do you hear another voice? Do you speak out loud to anyone? Do you feel connected to someone or something beyond your four walls? One of the most powerful things you can do is create a morning ritual that includes connection. That might be calling a friend for 5 minutes, even just to say good morning. It might mean listening to an uplifting podcast or watching a short video that makes you feel seen, heard, and inspired. Some people even talk to their plants or pets. And yes, that counts. And if you're someone who believes in a higher power, spending a few moments in prayer, meditation, or reading something spiritual can center you and remind you that you're part of something greater. Connection doesn't always mean conversation. It means feeling like you matter, like you're still in the rhythm of life. And how you start your morning sets the tone for whether you'll feel connected or disconnected the rest of the day. When we put all of this together, slowing down when getting up, hydrating right away, eating something nourishing, and building in a bit of connection, you're not just preventing mistakes. You're creating a powerful morning foundation, one that protects your mind, your body, and your spirit. It's amazing how these little changes, these few minutes of attention in the morning, can lead to clearer thinking, better balance, stronger muscles, and even more joy in your day. Let's keep the momentum going because the final morning mistake many people over 70 make isn't just common. It's something most folks don't even realize is a mistake. It's waking up without purpose. Now, I want you to think about this for a second. When you were younger, your mornings probably had a rhythm. Maybe you had kids to get ready, a job to go to, errands to run, responsibilities that pulled you forward the moment you opened your eyes. But after retirement, or after the kids move out, that rhythm can fade. Suddenly, there's no urgent reason to get out of bed. No appointments, no plans, and day after day, that lack of purpose can wear on you more than you realize. This doesn't mean you need a packed calendar or a major life mission. But waking up without a reason to move, to create, or to connect can quietly drain your motivation and even your health. People who feel like they have no purpose are more likely to struggle with depression, memory issues, and declining physical health, even if they eat right and take their medications. You might be wondering, what if I really don't have anything to do? But that's where the power lies, in creating something small and meaningful that brings you joy or gives back to others. Maybe you decide that every morning you'll tend your garden, write a few lines in a journal, or check in on a neighbor who lives alone. Maybe it's a morning walk where you wave to familiar faces or a craft project you're slowly building day by day. It could be as simple as feeding the birds or practicing a new skill. Purpose doesn't have to be big. It just has to matter to you. Something that reminds you every single morning that your presence on this earth still counts. That you're still growing, giving, and living, not just passing time. And if you've been struggling with this, you're not alone. So many people feel this quiet emptiness in the mornings after 70. But the good news is, even small changes can reignite that spark. Set a tiny goal for the day before you go to bed. Something you can look forward to. Tell yourself in the morning, today I'm going to make someone smile, or today I'm going to move my body for 15 minutes, or even today I'm going to learn one new thing. When you start your morning with a little bit of purpose, everything else begins to shift. Your energy, your mood, even the way your body responds to pain or fatigue. Purpose acts like fuel. It wakes up the mind. It sharpens your memory. It gives your heart something to beat for. Now, let's take a breath and look at everything we've talked about. You've learned that rushing out of bed too fast can be dangerous, especially as we age. That skipping water in the morning can quietly affect your brain, your blood pressure, and even your digestion. That avoiding breakfast might feel normal, but it actually weakens the muscles you need to stay strong. That spending your mornings in silence or isolation can impact more than just your mood. It can affect your long-term health. And finally, that waking up without a sense of purpose might be the most invisible, yet damaging habit of all. But here's the beauty in all this. Every one of these habits is changeable. You don't need a doctor's prescription. You don't need fancy equipment or expensive programs. You just need a few minutes of awareness in the morning and the willingness to treat yourself like someone worth taking care of. Because you are. Whether you're 70, 80, or 90, you still matter. You still have time. And these small, gentle shifts in how you begin your day can lead to clearer thoughts, better balance, stronger muscles, deeper connection, and a sense of calm that carries into every corner of your life. So tomorrow morning, before your feet even touch the floor, remember this. Your morning is your foundation. What you do in the first hour can shape how the next 23 unfold. Start slow. Hydrate. Nourish your body. Connect. And choose something that gives your day meaning. That's how we live fully, not by chance, but by choice. If any part of this video spoke to you today, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's your current morning routine? Have you noticed any of these habits in your own life? Share your experiences in the comments. Your story might help someone else feel seen and understood. And if you found this helpful, please give a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We've got more conversations like this coming, full of wisdom, warmth, and ways to keep living strong, no matter your age. Here's to a better morning and a brighter you.